What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Now, I've just taken delivery of a new planer thicknesser there. It's a Charnwood 10x8. Sometimes they're advertised 10x7, but they're actually 10x8. It's written on the panel there. It's literally just taking it out of the crate there and I have to assemble it. But it's an absolute ton weight, so how I'm going to get it onto its base, I don't know. Really, I should be using some sort of hoist. Maybe an engine block hoist would be ideal for this, but I haven't got one, so I have to devise something to put this thing together. So yeah, this is my new planer thicknesser that I got for the shop. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to set up a planer thicknesser once I get this thing together. And we'll have a quick look. I'll show you exactly what it came with, how it comes in the crate, what you get with it, and how you set it up. So yeah, maybe we'll jump into handheld mode now and I'll take you for a quick spin around the planer thicknesser itself and we'll have a look at what's in the box. Let's do it. Okay guys, we're in handheld mode now, so if you get motion sick, just hang on, this won't last too long. Just a quick walk around the machine. We'll start with the specs. There you go, so it's a Charnwood 10x8. You can see all the specs on it there. If you want to pause the video, you can have a quick look. It is a planer thicknesser or a joint or planer. So we have 10-inch cast iron beds on it there. They just flip out of the way when you want a thickness. We also get the base for it, which needs to be assembled. It's just right here. Again, it's a ton weight. It's about 170 kilos on the crate. So I have to get this thing up and onto its bed. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. There is the model number. So that's the W583. Again, I'll go through all this stuff now in a minute. As soon as I get it set up, we can have a more in-depth look at this. That's just the fence. In the box then we get the guard. This is straightforward. The guard arm, again, really solidly built. It's a heavy piece of kit. And we get the arm for the fence. Again, this is all cast iron stuff. Very, very heavy. So it should be good, sturdy and straight. A few bits and bobs then. There are the feet. We have some nuts and bolts. There's the eyes for lifting it if you had some sort of crane. So like an engine block crane or hoist would be ideal for this, but I don't have one. That is the tool for setting the blade height, I think. We'll have a look at that now in a minute. I think that's what that is. Just various Allen keys, spanner, usual stuff. And 2 Allen bolts. And that's basically what this planer thicknesser comes with. Now, I got to try and get this thing on its base. This is going to be fun. Let's get the base assembled. Okay, so the base is nearly assembled. It's just 8 bolts, 2, 4, 6, 8. Then you put the feet in. But the feet threads are full of paint. So these 3 will not thread down for love nor money. So I'm going to have to just run a tap just to clean out that paint because they're only plastic feet onto a metal thread and you will break them off that metal nut and thread. So you just drive a tap down into that. That should do it. Much better. Same with this one. Lovely. Okay, that's our base on the floor. We might as well get the initial leveling done now while it's on the floor before we put all this weight on it. So just to make it a bit easier on ourselves. Right, that's good enough. Okay, we have the base assembled, we have the feet on and it's leveled. Now I've got to get this onto its base. Like I say, it weighs I think 170 to 180 kilos. It's awkward. I'm not picking this thing up on my own. I do not want to put my back out. So next option I have is to strip the machine and try and strip some weight off it. The two beds come off fairly simple. It's just 4 Allen bolts to take them off. They're pretty heavy, they're cast iron, so we'll strip the 2 of those, take the back off the machine, and then I'll see if I can lift this thing, and hopefully I don't put my back out. You can have a bit of a laugh at it if I do. So yeah, let's do that. Right, so that's where it is bolted to the pallet. Get it off this. Okay, I've stripped a lot of weight off it now with the beds, the side panel gone, but it still weighs a ton. It's not something I would recommend you lift on your own. I don't recommend you try and assemble this on your own like I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some blocks. I've already tested the weight of it. I can comfortably leave it down on its side and pick it back up again. It's cast iron here. It's fairly solid. It's cast iron frame. So I'm going to leave a couple of blocks down here now, a couple of timbers, lower it back onto that, put the base on it and try and stand it back up onto its base. That's my best option now, I think. So let's attempt that. This should be fun. Okay, that's the base on. 6 bolts, 3 either side, just to bolt it to the machine itself. Now I'm going to try and stand it up. Again, bearing in mind this thing is very heavy. It's really a 2-man job, so don't do as I do as I say. Save the back. I have to pay particular attention to these feet because all the weight of this machine is going to come onto these 2 feet at an angle now. And I don't want to bend them, so I want to get it up and get it over as quick and as smooth as I can. It's not overly heavy, it's just more awkward weight now at this stage. Yeah, so let's just gonna stand it up. Oh. And you can see just how quickly you can get away from you. That was heavy. Woo. Right, we have it in its final resting place, or near enough to its final resting place. It's going to stay somewhere along here. So let's assemble it now and get this thing up and running, and we'll do a full setup on it, and I'll take you through that. So this will be interesting enough. You'll see how a planer thicknesser is set up. So first thing you want to do anyway is remove both of these bolts. These are just travel bolts or carriage bolts, just shipping bolts, just to protect the beds, to stop them opening up. That's what they are, so we want to get rid of these. Right guys, there we go. That is the Charnwood 10x8 planer thicknesser, fully assembled now, fully cleaned down. I just cleaned all the oil off it. I use a contact cleaner to do that. It's just a cleaner full of alcohol that evaporates and dries itself. Just to clean all the surfaces down. It comes packed with grease and oil just to stop the plates and stuff from rusting. So cleaned all that down. The two bolts that I said were for just carriage bolts or travel bolts. They weren't. They're actually to go back into the machine. That's your locking mechanism for your beds. So that's one mistake I made. So they're back in it, but I'll go through all that again in a later video. I think what I might do is I might stop this video here and we'll do a part 2 because it's getting kind of long now, and part 2 will be the full setup of this machine. So it'll be how to set up a planer thicknesser, how to get everything square, how to level your beds, how to line up your beds, how to set your blades. So yeah, so that's the Charnwood 10x8. The instruction manual is bloody useless. There are no instructions in it. It's just exploded diagrams, so it doesn't tell you how anything goes together. You kind of have to figure it out yourself. The machine is unbelievably heavy, so don't do what I did. You saw the catastrophe I almost had. It's certainly a 2-man job, if not more. So be careful. Don't do what I did. But yeah, luckily enough, it's all together and everything is fine now. So yeah, as always guys, hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back to you in part 2. Take it easy.